I've stolen Haynes' AI program. I want to make a deal with you. Are you interested?
The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers hint that Michael Baldwin, Christian LeBlanc, will reject Mariah Copeland's, Cameron Grimes, case after she's captured. Mariah will need legal representation, but Michael may force Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, to hire a different lawyer for her daughter. During the week of February 2nd to 6th, Sharon will face some guilt after learning Mariah spiraled out of control. Once Sharon gets updates on the news that Mariah kidnapped Dominic Winters, Ethan Ray Clark, she'll feel terrible. Since Sharon's been so busy dealing with Noah Newman's, Lucas Adams, ordeal and all the Matt Clark, Roger Howarth, drama, she neglected to give Mariah the attention she needed. Mariah even asked Sharon to visit at one point, so Sharon will find herself wishing that she'd gone to see her. Sharon will feel like maybe she would have seen the warning signs and known that Mariah was in such a terrible state. Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, won't want Sharon holding herself responsible, but that won't stop Sharon from trying to make things right. Sharon knows what it's like to deal with mental issues that make you behave out of character, so she'll plan to do everything she can to help Mariah turn her life around. Of course, the first step is finding Dominic, so Sharon and Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, will definitely pitch in. Abby Winters, Melissa Ordway, and Devon Winters, Brighton James, will need all the help they can get, so they'll appreciate Tessa, Sharon, and Detective Burrows, Matt Cohen, support. However, we want to focus on what'll happen after Mariah inevitably gets caught. Mariah can't avoid the cops forever, so it's just a matter of time until Dominic is reunited with Devon and Abby. As for Mariah, she'll no doubt be arrested and find herself facing a tough legal battle. Since Michael helped Sharon when she thought she killed Heather Stevens, Vale Bloom, she may turn to him for help initially. Michael considers Sharon a friend, but this is one case he'll have to turn down if she asks. Since Michael works for Victor Newman, Eric Braden, and has pledged his loyalty, there's no way he can defend the kidnapper of Victor's grandson in court. Fortunately, Y&R 2026 preview info already offered some hints about Christine Blair Romalotti, Laura Lee Bell, stepping up to help a new client out of a jam. Christine will take this tricky case, but can she help Mariah avoid prison time? The Young and the Restless spoilers say Christine will do everything she can to come through for Mariah and perhaps focus on her mental recovery instead of a legal punishment. The halls of Chancellor Park are about to witness a seismic shift, one that will crack open old wounds, expose buried secrets, and force Genoa City's most resilient survivor to confront the ghosts of her past. In a stunning turn of events, Michael Baldwin, the legal bedrock for the Newman family and countless others, makes a decision that sends shockwaves through the community. He flatly refuses to represent Mariah Copeland in her upcoming legal battle. This isn't a simple case of a scheduling conflict or a conflict of interest. It's a deeply personal, ethical line in the sand. His shocking refusal triggers a desperate chain reaction, ultimately forcing Sharon Rosales to make an unimaginable choice, to hire the one woman who represents her most profound heartaches and failures, Christine Blair. The unraveling, Michael's fateful refusal. The crisis begins with Mariah. Fresh from the traumatic ordeal of her kidnapping and the ongoing, fragile process of rebuilding her life with her wife, Tessa Porter, and their daughter, Aria, Mariah finds herself facing a new threat. While spoilers are keeping the exact nature of the case under wraps, clues point toward a fierce legal battle with the enigmatic Jordan or figures connected to her sinister network. It could involve custody of baby Eve, criminal charges stemming from the chaos Jordan unleashed, or a civil suit threatening the security Mariah has fought so hard to reclaim. Terrified and feeling the walls closing in again, she turns to her family's most trusted ally, Michael Baldwin. In his office, the atmosphere shifts from professional concern to palpable tension as Michael listens. His face, usually a mask of pragmatic calm, grows increasingly grave. He doesn't hedge or promise to see what he can do. In a moment of stark, uncharacteristic clarity, he tells Mariah he cannot, will not, take her case. The rejection is a physical blow to Mariah, who sees it as a betrayal when she is at her most vulnerable. But Michael's reasons are rooted in a complex web of history and current loyalty. This isn't about you, Mariah, he might explain, his voice strained. You are family. But what you're asking me to do, it would pit me directly against Victor Newman. The looming adversary in Mariah's case, whether it's Jordan or a proxy, is somehow intricately tied to Victor's own shadowy machinations. Perhaps Victor is secretly funding the opposition to control the narrative, or maybe the case threatens to expose one of his many concealed crimes. Michael's primary allegiance, forged in fire and mutual survival, is to Victor. Taking this case would be an act of professional suicide and a betrayal of the man who has been both his most demanding client and his unlikely savior. Furthermore, as a husband and father, Michael cannot risk the fallout that crossing Victor would unleash upon his own family with Lauren. His refusal, while brutal, is a protection for himself, his family, and in his mind, possibly even for Mariah from an even uglier war with Victor. Sharon's descent and a desperate proposition. Devastated, Mariah returns to the one person she knows will move heaven and earth for her, her mother, Sharon. Sharon's mama bear instincts ignite, but her initial fury at Michael quickly curdles into cold dread. She canvasses the city's other top lawyers, all mysteriously unavailable, a clear sign of Victor's invisible hand influencing the legal landscape. Each dead end tightens the noose of panic. Her daughter is in danger, and the system is being rigged against them. In a poignant, tear-filled scene at the Genoa City Athletic Club, Sharon pours out her despair to Nick Newman. Nick, ever her steadfast supporter, wrestles with the problem. Then, he voices the unthinkable. There's one person Victor can't intimidate. One person whose reputation is so bulletproof, whose skill is so respected, that even he wouldn't dare interfere directly. He lets the name hang in the air before saying it, Christine Blair. The name hits Sharon like a bucket of ice water. Christine Cricket Blair is not just another lawyer. She is a living, breathing archive of Sharon's deepest shames. She is the best friend of Sharon's late husband, Cassie, whose death Sharon will always feel responsible for. She is the woman Sharon's great love, Nick Newman, once loved and nearly married. Most damningly, she is the district attorney who once prosecuted Sharon for the murder of Cameron Kirsten, a traumatic period that ended with Sharon's confinement in a psychiatric facility. To Sharon, Christine represents judgment, a past she can never escape, and a reminder of every time she has been deemed unstable and unfit. "You can't be serious," Sharon whispers, horror-struck. After everything, she would never help me. And I could never ask her. But Nick argues with fierce logic. This isn't about your history. This is about Mariah. Christine is the best. She's ethical, she's fierce, and she has a personal history with Victor trying to manipulate the law.